Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be creating the look that you see right now. I did use the Urban Decay and Gwen Stefani palette, so let's just get started. I first started off by taking the shade Zone, and on a fluffy brush I just threw that into my crease and buffed it out as my transition shade. And I just wanted to show you my technique here of going in the little circles. It makes it a lot easier to get a really nice blend. Then I took the shade Anaheim on that same brush and just built it up. Zone is more of a warm mid-brown and Anaheim is a cool mid-brown, so I just wanted to mix them and see what happened. Then I'm going to be taking the shade Punk on a flat shader brush. Today I'm going to be doing a halo eye technique. So what I did is I patted that color on the inner and outer corner, and then I kind of bridged them together in the crease, making sure not to bring it too high up. But I really just go back and forth until I get the intended depth that I want. I'm going to be going back into that shade Zone on a smaller blending brush and just helping to blend out Punk. This is where I'm just kind of assessing if I like it. So I do go back and pick up a little bit of Punk on this brush and just build it up, and I just keep going back and forth between the two colors until I get the desired look. And then taking that original blending brush and buffing it out, and I'm picking up a little bit of the Zone shade while I'm doing this. I'm going to take the shade Baby on a flat shader brush and spray it with some setting spray. And this is just a trick to help a shadow that maybe has a little too much fallout. It helps make it more metallic looking. Going back with that blending brush, I'm not adding any extra product. I'm going to blend out the edges. Dipping back into Punk, I'm just going to build up the inner and outer corner until I like it. Next, taking the shade Skimp, I'm going to place this underneath my brow bone, and this is also going to make sure that that transition shade is blended out. I'm going to line my eyes with the Physicians Formula 2-in-1 Eye Booster just to help conceal my falsies. As usual, I'm going to be popping on my favorite pair, which is the Ardell Wispies. I'm going to be taking the Thrive Cosmetics eyeliner in the shade Lauren. Any black liner will do, and I tight lined. And then I did apply a little more mascara to blend my falsies with my naturals. I do go back and put a little more liquid liner over my lash band to make sure it's concealed. And it was at this moment that I got some of that liner onto my lid. So I just went back with that brush that we placed the shade Baby down, and I went over that spot, and it really just concealed it. It looked like it didn't even happen. I'm going to be taking the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And then my shirt says, "You go, Glen Coco." Taking the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation, this is the Pro Matte version, and I'm just going to blend that in with my Beauty Blender. Taking the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and using the Beauty Blender to blend that out as well. I'm going to take the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and on the Beauty Blender I'm going to bake my under eyes, and as usual anywhere where my foundation creases. Once I've let that sit for a few minutes, I'm going to take the Maybelline Better Skin powder and use that to wipe away the baking. Here I use the Hoola bronzer to contour, and this is the Real Techniques brush. As always, contour that double chin, girl. I'm going to take that Laura Mercier powder on the Beauty Blender again, and I'm going to use this to clean up my contour. And then using the MUA stipple brush, I will just whisk all that away. I'm going to take the shade Coralista and use that as my blush. And then go back in with that stipple brush to make sure everything is nice and blended. I'm going to be taking the ColourPop highlight in Smoke and Whistles. I'm going to take that on my e.l.f. small stipple brush. Then when I place it on my Cupid's bow, I like to use my finger just to make sure I get a more precise application. Taking the L'Oreal highlight in Rose, I'm going to place that over everywhere where I put the ColourPop highlight. Ooh girl, highlight poppin'. And then once again going back with that stipple brush. Dipping back into the shade Punked and pulling my mirror very close to me. I'm going to take that on a smudger brush and use that to smoke out my bottom lash line. Taking the shade Zone to blend it out, that's the MUA crease brush. And then taking the shade Stark to even further blend that. Now when I looked in the mirror, I didn't really like how low it got, so I ended up taking a just clean buffing brush and dipping it into my face powder to help kind of soften that. I'm going to apply mascara onto my bottom lashes. I didn't know which ColourPop lippy I wanted to choose, so I ended up doing both. I started off with the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Beeper and placing that all over my lips and using that as the base. And then to accent it and add something interesting, I took the shade Chi. I'm taking that ColourPop highlight again on a brush and just popping that into my inner corners, and then setting my face with the NYX setting spray. Once you're done with that, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I will leave all the links to my social media down below, and I will see you in my next video.